Greetings and salutations. Second Star right back with more Raid Shadow Legends. As you can see on the screen, the portal is just bursting with tidings of joy for this Christmas season. Since the birth of Jesus is coming up, this week, I'm only assuming that RN Jesus shares a holiday, so I'm going to assume that everyone's in a giving mood, and we're going to have awesome time with our 7 sacred shards that I have managed to accumulate since the last shard video. I cleared some space. We should be good to go. I've been hoarding champions for this shard event, and of course you never need to do that, it seems, but that's okay. Since it's all new champions and duplicates, and it's giving me agita. But that's okay. We're just going to sally forth, and we're going to summon through the portal, and we're just going to see what happens. Okay, let's go on some sacreds. Guys, are you ready? I'm ready. I'm excited. I can't wait. I have a good feeling about this. We're going to get some lightning, and it's going to be fun. All right, go. Come on. That is purple, but that's okay. That's okay. It is Allure, who is fantastic. I unfortunately already have an Allure, but anyone who is fire knighting and having some trouble to get through their Allure is a huge help in that dungeon. I mean, it really switched that on to easy mode. Really nice looking champion. Just great turn meter control done right, and that's hard for this company to get right. Usually Armiger is uncommon and is better than most other champions at doing it, but Allure is right up there in the top tier of turn meter champions along with Armiger. Okay, so let's continue on. What else do we got? Oh, look at that lightning second out of the boat, and it is Lissandra. Oh, I don't know if anyone remembers, the Lissandra was actually a global tournament leaderboard reward, and people sunk in the amount of money to buy a nice luxury car to acquire Lissandra. And so here we go with sacred shards that I got from clan boss fights, which, I'll take it. For those of you who aren't in the know, Lissandra is great. One of my longtime subs is a huge Lissandra fan and has used her to proceed through most of the content. But let's go take a look at her, shall we? Transference attacks an enemy, transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target, which is always fun to do on an A1. Exhaustion attacks one enemy and fully depletes the target's turn meter. We were just talking about Allure and turn meter. This is another champion that is really good at making turn meter her bitch. Okay, it places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns and fills the turn meter of allies by 30%. And this, you can ascend this and make it even better, because by decreasing the turn meters of all enemies by 30%. It's an amazing skill. And then add in, she adds a speed in all battles by 24%. And you can understand why Lissandra is so sought after as a champion. She is really fantastic. So that pleases me. I never anticipated acquiring a Lissandra on this account. I just thought it was something that was not meant to be, but I'm happy to be wrong. Let's continue on. Oh, 2 in a row. Oh, and it's Abras. Abras. She is great. I really like Abras a lot. A lot of people think that she's kind of a stinky champion, but she was buffed fairly recently, a couple months ago actually, and she is a bit more adept at her job, let's say. Let's take a quick look at her account. She has a funny skill. Attacks an enemy, removes 1 random debuff from this champion, and places it on the target. And her A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. And then, what else do we have here? This is the funny one. Attacks all enemies, places a sleep debuff on this champion for 1 turn. The damage inflicted is proportional to either the champion's attack or the target's defense, or attack stat, whichever is highest. So it's kind of cool. So sometimes when you're against a team with a lot of attack champions or a team against a lot of defense champions, her damage output can kind of adapt to what you're dealing with. So it's actually a really interesting skill, and the fact that she puts herself to sleep when she does it is just, I don't know, I think it's hilarious. And then does an extra 30% crit damage when ascended, if the target's attack is highest. It ignores 30% of the target's defense if the target's defense is highest. So again, there's probably a little bit too much to think about on this A3, but when the stars align and all these things work out on her A3, it does a devastating amount of damage. It's really effective in a lot of places, especially Arena. Alright, so let's move on. I have 4 shards left, and I got 2 Legos. One of them's a dupe, unfortunately, but that is okay. Oh, and here we go, Cagebreaker. I don't remember if he was part of a fusion a while ago, so I don't know if I still have. I don't know if I ever re-got him, or maybe it was Towering Titan, his compatriot. I don't recall, but that's interesting. Okay, so 40% chance of placing 60% decreased defense for 2 turns on an A1, which is awesome having that on an A1. Attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a sleep for 1 turn, and then attacks all enemies on his A3. So a true AoE. Decreases each target's max hit points by 50% of the damage inflicted. And then when you send it against an extra turn, if you kill anyone. So that's kind of cool. It's nice to hold that attack back for when the team is low, and then let it out, and then get an extra attack too. So that's kind of cool. All right, moving on. All right, some more purple. Oh, and this is Oathbound, who, again, also recently buffed. They added in an Ally Protect, which is something that he really needed. So he's actually really good now at crowd control and survivability. So Oathbound is not a bad champion anymore. He has a freeze on his A1, an AoE, A2 that has decreased attack for 2 turns, and turn meter reduction by 2 turns. And then, when it's ascended, what does it do? Is it just me, or does the ascended and the one look? Oh, okay, it's 50% instead of 25%. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, that looks kind of iffy. And then intimidate attacks 4 random times, and each attack has a 30% chance of placing a block cooldown skills for 2 turns. It increases if it's under a decreased attack. So there's some synergies built in here. And he's a defense-based champion, so he stays alive a lot longer while dishing out some good damage. He's a pretty good champion. Okay, often overlooked, but he's pretty good. Oh, and Thanassel. Okay, again, a really popular arena champion. You see him a lot. He's just really good at buffing your team's defense, and with some clutch healing thrown in there too. Thanassel is a good champion. And then finally, oh, the new guys. My brain could not process what I was seeing because I had not yet gone over all the new guys very, very closely. Where are his eyes? Is that his eyebrows? They're just overgrown so much that oh wow. Okay, well, awesome. So Anchak the Wenderin. All right, let's see what this guy does. I looked at these over briefly, and I was like, that's interesting, but I didn't really. Those bells? Is he like a Krampus type dude? That's kind of cool. All right, let's look. Devour all hope. I like that as an A1. That really sets the stage. Attacks an enemy. 30% chance of decreasing the duration of a random buff on the target if the target is under an HP burn. Okay? Also has a 30% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15% if they're under a freeze. Okay, so when you have your freezes and your HP burns going, this is a very effective A1, I guess. Let's see if there's any synergies here. Cannibal Might places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 1 turn and 25% strengthen on allies for 2 turns. That's really neat. That is a neat A2. I like that, and it's on a 4-turn cooldown when you book it. That is kind of neat. All right, I dig that. Frostfire Gale attacks all enemies. 70% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn on enemies whose attack is higher than their defense. Okay? There's a 70% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 1 turn on enemies whose defense is equal to or higher than attack. Okay, that's too much for me to think about and too much for me to consider, right? And you never know. It's just, I guess it happens when it happens, I guess. And it needs a lot of books for something that's so kind of difficult to use, but alright, that's fine. We're just going to roll with it. Twisted Hunger passive. Heals all allies by 5% of their max hit points every time an enemy under an HP burn debuff gets a turn. Oh, that's kind of cool. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 10% every time an enemy under a freeze debuff gets a turn. Okay, alright, I'll take it. It seems like these guys really synergize well in a lot of tower boss fights, because there's a lot of mechanics that I recognize from the Doom Tower. So it's kind of cool. Hit points are really low. Is he support? Okay, well, all right. Ichak, the Wenderin, quality. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, let's also pull some Ancients just to fill up my inventory and see if I can get any of those champions that I need to complete the fusion. See if I can cheat my way ahead of it, because it's been kind of slow going for me. I haven't had a lot of time to play. I'm just barely squeaking by finishing the events. So, oh, that was a really bad pull. Okay, so me got nothing. I'm like, this is one that I wanted last time. Okay, all right. Moving on. All right. Nope, I'm not seeing any progress towards my fusion event. Oh, that's unfortunate. And oh, did I get two all blues in a row? Wow, that's unfortunate for me. I just blew through those 20 ancient shards and got absolutely just nothing but fast food. All right, let's pull some voids. Let's pull. Let's see how much I have left for the first one. Let's look real quick. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. No, thank you, Raid. Appreciate it. And I have. Oh, I'm full. I guess that's it for me. no void champions for us. But guys, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got a Lissandra, which is worth everything that I put in here, and a Shaq the Wenderin, which I think will help me in the fusion. Is he part of the fusion? Let's take a look real quick. You can see that I have not been keeping up on my no, okay, maybe he doesn't help me. So that's cool. I have a new champion to play with for the Doom Tower. All right, well, good times, guys. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? If you did, leave a comment down below. Throw me a like my way, because the algorithm really enjoys that, and my channel's been suffering in that regard lately. I don't know why. I must have made someone angry at some point somewhere. Actually, it's probably likely knowing me. So thank you. I appreciate it. Join our Discord. I'll put the link down below, and we can goof off and have some fun in our downtime. Otherwise, guys, take care. Enjoy. And if I don't see you before Christmas, if I don't make a video before then happy holidays, guys. All right, take care. I'm out. Bye.